Hey everyone, Karchermakes here, and today we're gonna go stash diving for Stephen West's surprise sock along for 2024, and the theme this year is Color Popportunity. That has me intrigued. I'm pretty excited, and I'm gonna take you along while we do a little bit of stash diving to pull some options together, and then I'm gonna let you guys provide some input on which color scheme I should use for the sock along. So starting out, this year's sock along starts on July 9th, which is in a couple days, and the last clue is July 30th. So basically the whole month of July we'll be socking along with Stephen, and for this year he recommends a full skein that is either lightly speckled, semi-solid or solid, and then 3 contrasting minis. And luckily I have plenty of stash to go through and pull from, and the opportunities are endless, or should I say the popportunities are endless. I tried to pick out some skeins that I am really excited to use, and then I tried to pair them up with some minis that I thought looked good. So follow along, we're gonna talk about it. But first, let me just share with you last year's socks. So last year was Contrast Blast was the theme, and I chose to use some hand-dyed yarn that I dyed myself, this green and this purple, and these were so fun to make. You can see there was a lot of techniques involved. We had some slip stitches, some cabling, more slip stitches, this like stair step pattern, and then even this unique toe, which I've never done a pattern toe before. So the one thing that I kind of enjoy about Stephen West's knit-alongs is they are basically like a class that you're taking with him. He teaches you so much. He includes videos for everything, and I just really like the opportunity to learn those new techniques by, seeing a video and then doing it myself. Now, I knit these on size US 1 needles. That's 2.25 millimeter, I think. And what I did is I just alternated the colors. I alternated what was color 1 and what was color 2. This pattern required 2 full skeins of complementary colors. And then what I did is I knitted these in tandem because there was no scenario I would make this sock with all of this complicated patterning and then turn around and make another one. And I kind of knew that going in, so I knit them in tandem on 2 separate needles. So I did clue 1 for this one, did clue 1 for this one, did clue 2 for this one, and so forth. So these were last year's. I kind of feel like he set the bar high, and I'm really intrigued to see what this year's pattern looks like. He did mention there's going to be some unique construction, so I'm really intrigued about what that means, and I'm also grateful that he does videos because it kind of scares me a little bit too. So that was last year's. So I'll insert the footage here of me digging through my bins of sock yarn, my collection of scraps, some mini skeins, leftovers, and I put together some options, and like none of these are in concrete, right? Like we can mix and match at will, and what I would like to do is kind of show you guys some options I came up with, and then in the comments, leave a comment. Let me know, what do you think? Do these work? Do they not work? Do you have some other suggestions? Should I pair some different colors together? I'm all for the feedback. I'm all for the discussion, and I would love to hear what you think. Okay, so here's my giant bin of sock yarn. Lots of different dyers in here. I do have a lot of self-striping in here, and I'm not going to use self-striping for this knit along. I know Stephen said that you can if you want, but I think I want to lean more towards either a solid, semi-solid, or maybe something with some light speckling. I feel like that's going to give me the look that I want for these socks, even though we haven't seen it. We have no idea what these socks are going to look like, but I just don't want the added kind of situation with dealing with stripes and color management and that kind of stuff. So going through this bin, these on top here that don't have labels, these are all yarns that I dyed. Once upon a time, I was a dyer. And these are just some of the leftovers. This one, this berry color, is one of my favorites from my collection. But there's some of those. A simple gray, always nice to have neutrals. Some blue and green. And then this one has some light kind of speckling going on. I love this color too. So I think I want something that has either subtle speckles or solid, semi-solid, and I don't remember what's in this bin. I feel like it may be slim pickings on what those requirements are. So this one could be a contender. We have some speckles going on. It's a little busier than maybe I want, but I'll pull this one. So this is Miss Babs Putnam base, which is a really nice sock base, very sturdy. And this was from the Maryland Sheep and Wool 2020 that got canceled due to the Panakuchen, so that one's fun. This could be a contender. I'll pull that to the side. So I have a lot of packaged yarn here. I like to keep it in the packages when I can, just because, you know, kind of keeps the little critters out of it. But I have quite a bit from Teeny Button Studio. This first one, maybe that'll work. The other ones might be a little too busy. So that's a maybe. Here's some from Hugh Loco. These are also some maybes. This middle one has sparkle. I don't know if that's really going to show up through the packaging, but those are pretty. So maybe. Oh, Knitty and Color. So if you're a new viewer, Knitty and Color does not dye anymore, but they were my first hand-dyed yarn purchase from Maryland Sheep and Wool in like 2016, maybe 17. But yeah, these may be too busy for what I want for this project, but I love their dyeing style. Here's some more. These are actually full skeins from previous advents. 2 are from Rising Tide Fiber. And then this one is Cat Sandwich, but these are too variegated, so these are going to be saved for another day. There's more Knitty and Color. Again, just too busy for what I want for this project, but really, really love these yarns. Here's more Teeny Button Studio. I'm thinking these might be too busy. Too busy. You can kind of see a theme here with the kind of colors I gravitate towards. I really like busy and bright, and that's not really the look I'm going for this project, which is completely my aesthetic, I know. But so a lot of these are self-striping. Like I said, I'm not going to do self-striping, but just in case you want to see some of them. This is Kirby Werby Yarns. Amazing, amazing self-striping yarn. Love those. Saving those for a special project, special day. I have a lot of Desert Vista Dye Works. I did the sock club a couple years ago, 2022. So I do have a lot of Desert Vista Dye Works self-striping. Again, it's not going to work for this, but you know, there's always another day. So these are some partial skeins that I had pulled some out to swap with some people when I was doing some yarn swaps. So again, too busy, too variegated for this, but those are really pretty. I do have some hedgehog fibers. This one on the left here, maybe that could be a good one. That's pretty, not too busy. And then more hedgehog fibers. These again are partial skeins that I pulled some out to swap with people. So Not really sure on exact yardage yet because he did mention a full skein. So, I mean, typically you don't use a full skein anyway. Like I don't in a normal pair of socks, but I think I'm too nervous to use something that I've already pulled yarn out of. And then this is a kit I actually purchased. This is from Crabapple Yarns. I don't believe they dye anymore, but these are really pretty. I had intended to make a chevron shawl out of this kit, and here it is, and I haven't done that yet. So the rest of what's in this bin is pretty much self-striping, so we don't need to go any further with that, but let's kind of see what we have in the shelf over here and kind of go through these packages and pull out a couple options and see what works. Okay, so here's my short list of what I just pulled out of that bin. And now that I've got this out of the package, I'm not sure this is a full skein. I'll have to weigh it, but this is really pretty from Hedgehog Fibers, and the color name is Water Lily. Again, I pulled out the Miss Babs, and then 3 of my own hand-dyed colors to see. We'll see. I did, like I mentioned probably at the beginning of this video, I used hand-dyed yarn in last year's socks, so maybe I could kind of do the same this year. We will see. We will see. So let's see what else we have. So you guys have seen this bin probably behind me in a lot of the videos, and it does have some sock yarn in it. Let me pull this one out. So this is one that I purchased on a trip to Texas from Suburban Stitcher. I mean, that one could work. It's a little bit heavier speckles, but that one's a maybe. Let's pull that one out. This one, oh, I love this one so much. If I was a yarn, this is what I would look like. This just spoke to me so much. So I picked this up in Canada at the Creative Knitter, and it's by Lillian Pine, and it's a super hot pink with these great little kind of delicate speckles. I don't know, guys. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is it. And it's called Bubblegum. I don't know. Love that one. So you guys saw this on a recent video. This is what I picked up when I was in Seattle by Jada Wu Designs. Forest Moss. That one is definitely a contender. So these two I picked up in Alaska last year when I went. It's from the Alaskan Yarn Company out of Homer, Alaska. We did not go to Homer, but it counts as local yarn. This one is really pretty. There's the details on that one. And then this one is it's intended to coordinate with this one. So I don't know if I want to break this kind of duo up. I intended for these to go together, but I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. And then I pulled this out. So this is from Polka Dot Creek. This was one of their Christmas colorways last year that I never got to use, called Rudolph. And it already comes with 2 mini skeins, which is a bonus. I would just need to add a 3rd. But maybe I could do some Christmas in July socks for the surprise sock along. That would be super fun. But yeah, so there's that one. And here's kind of the short list of options. Now, next up, we need to kind of think about the whole mini skein situation as it relates to these. But I'm gonna kind of pare this down to less options first, and then we can kind of go through the mini skein bin and see what can go together here. Okay, so I've narrowed the list to these 5. I did weigh this one, and it is a full skein apparently. So I thought I had pulled some out of it, but maybe I didn't. So yeah, this is the kind of final options on the full skein. Obviously this one has the 2 minis with it. But let's now go through the mini stash and maybe some of the scraps and see what we can pair with these for those color popportunities that Stephen mentioned. So this is my bin of minis that should mostly or all be full 20-gram mini skeins. So let's kind of go through, and again, for reference, here's our full skeins. So let's go through kind of one at a time and see what we can kind of pair together here. So for this one, because it's Christmas themed, right? I'm feeling like maybe a green to go with it. So just gonna get this out of the way. And right here on top, we have this green. I think this is one that I dyed, maybe, question mark, I don't know. But that could look nice as a color popportunity with those. So let's pull him out. I'm trying to remember. I don't think I have a whole lot of green. I mean, this one would be super bright. I think this is one I also dyed. That would be kind of a crazy addition with the more solid options. So let's pull that one out. But yeah, I don't think I have a lot of green. So let's put that to the side and let's talk about this one. This yellow, I feel like anything can go with this, honestly. I have this mini skein set from Yarn Cafe Creations that's been in my stash forever. But let's take a look. Let's pull these two. How about that? And then we just need a third. So what do we have? Black? I don't know. I'm not sure on black yet with this project. This is super bright and fun. Maybe that's an option. Kind of a light pink, a darker berry, and then the navy. Maybe that's an option. Let's see. There's this one. No, that might be too similar. How about purple? How about a purple? It's not showing purple on the screen, but this is definitely like a royal purple color. Purple is very hard to capture on camera, by the way. So actually, I like those three together. Let's kind of put that one back to the side. So yeah, there's an option. That's a maybe. That's a definite maybe. So let's move that out of the way and take a look at this one for Suburban Stitcher. So I feel like with this one, because it's so neutral, we could go kind of crazy with the color popportunities. And I'm just thinking about like this bright yellow right here. This is like highlighter yellow. Again, it doesn't have a label, so it's probably one I dyed. But how about that color popportunity going on? And then actually, I have this left over from one of my Rising Tide fiber sock sets. How about that? How about that? That's super fun. And let's just kind of go into the bins here. These jars have all leftovers. Again, mostly sock yarn. But let's see. This is the color I used in last year's, this bright kind of lime green. I feel like that's, I don't know, it's not really kind of doing it for me. How about this one? This was from the Fangirl Fibers Christmas sock set, the Grinch. How about that one? I don't know, that could be kind of fun. Super neutrals with super brights. Okay, let's put that one to the side. Up next is this Hedgehog Fibers and Water Lily. So for this one, it has a lot of blues, purples. Let's see what we have here. I don't know. That one might be too muted. It's not a like neon. Not that it needs to be neon, but It's kind of a muted color. Let me get these little minis out of the way. So I kind of dig down, dig in. A lot of these are like variegated. Again, I'm not sure how well those will work. Oh, here we go. Purple Pop Knitty in color. We've already talked about that. Purple Pop. All right, let's pull that one out. Definitely pull that one out. And then there's some self-striping in here as well. And again, I don't want to use self-striping. That one's, let's see what we have in here. So this is the purple. You guys have seen this in the gnome, and I'm pretty sure I used this in a pair of socks. And then this is also from last year's socks. And I promise it's purple. It's not really showing up as purple on the screen. But there's that. And then we could also, you know, maybe pull some options from here. So what about this one, do an orange and a yellow. What about that? How's that for a color Popportunity? That's a definite maybe as well. Okay, so this one, Lily and Pine. Oh, y'all, I just love this color so much. I'm just gonna gush about it again. So this would look really nice with some neons too, I think. I wish I had like a neon blue, and I don't think I have that, but that would be amazing. There's this one but I feel like the speckles may compete with one another, so maybe that's not such the best option. But yeah, let's think about that. Let's think about what we could do with this one. Okay, so I did a little more digging, and if you're not new here, you know I've been working on the End Times cardigan, which is a very scrappy cardigan using half square triangles for the construction, and this is all of the minis that I've used in that. So not all of them, some of the minis that I've used in that so far. So I think we may have some good mini options here, because that cardigan uses less than 1 gram of each color. So let me open this and go through, and then we can maybe pull some minis from here to go with our shortlisted full skein options. Okay, so now that you've seen that, let me go through some of the options in a little bit more detail. And again, please leave a comment below on which one you like the best, or give me suggestions on how I can mix and match these colors together. So first up is this sock set from Polka Dot Creek, and this was from their 2023 Christmas collection. It's called Rudolph, and it came with these 2 mini skeins already, which I think will work well for the color Popportunity socks. And so I pulled out a green just to kind of continue the theme of Christmas. And I don't know, maybe this becomes like a Christmas in July option for the sock along. Tell me what you think. Christmas in July, or should I just hold off and use this closer to Christmas? Let me know your thoughts below. Okay, option 2. So this is a skein of yarn that I dyed myself. It's just this really kind of bright golden yellow color, which I'm a big fan of. It's probably not the best color for me to wear, but for socks, it's fine. I just really, really like yellow. I enjoy that. So I have this one, and then for the mini skeins that I'm thinking for this one, which is Berry Crush from Knitty and Color, this one, which is from a mini skein pack from Yarn Cafe Creations, and then a purple that I had hand dyed. So here is option 2, and I'll insert some footage here at the end of this show and tell part to kind of give you guys a better look at these so that you can help me decide which to use. So option 3, and this is Suburban Stitcher, This is her heavy metal colorway. So we got some speckling going on here. And like I mentioned, Stephen did say that some, you know, speckles are okay as long as they contrast well with the other colors. So for this one, I think just going completely opposite of the neutral with some super, super bright neons. So this one, this yellow I hand dyed. The green is from, I want to say Fangirl Fibers, the 2023 Toy Story, the Toy Story Advent maybe. And then this orange, which is I'm pretty sure from a Rising Tide fiber sock set. So I don't think you can get more contrasty than this. Gray and brown with some really super bright neon pops. Okay, for this one, this is Hedgehog Fibers and Nitty in color. A yellow, which again, I think is, I'm pretty sure it's from an Advent, and then just some really bright pink scraps. So there is option, I lost count, 4. I did save the best for last, and like I mentioned, feel free to leave a comment below on what you think about these colors, but this is the one, full disclosure, I'm leaning towards. So it's the bubblegum skein from Fiber and Pine with these 3 leftovers from, I'm pretty sure these are leftovers from a Teeny Button Studio Advent from a few years ago. So there is that. And like I mentioned, I'll put some footage here of giving you a good look of these options. And please tell me what you think. Give me some feedback. Are these what you're feeling? Should I mix and match them a little more? Let me know. Let's talk about it. So that's all I have for you today. Hopefully you found this entertaining. If you're participating in the sock along, leave a comment below. Let me know what colors you picked. I'll be checking out the hashtag on Instagram, of course. By the way, I'm Karchermakes also on Instagram if you want to give me a follow there. And I'll be checking that out. I can't wait to see all the colors people choose. And again, I'm just really excited to see what these socks are going to be about, what this unique construction is, and then of course, I'm really looking forward to wearing them when they're done. So thanks for watching. The next video will be all about Clue 1 once it releases on Tuesday. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe if you would like to, and until next time, happy making.